Well, hello there, and welcome to Reading with Drew. I'm Drew, and I'm reading books. Okay? Fabulous books of knowledge or fun, entertainingness, like this one. Okay? DogBreath Victorious by Chad Henry. You know? You just gotta say the book that you're reading first, you know? You just gotta do it. Okay. There are 3 chapters left, everybody. Okay? So, let's dig in and knock one out today, shall we? Let's do it. Chapter 21. Here we go. The TV started playing live with Regis and Kathy Lee. When Kathy Lee came on screen, Howie started barking at her. "Quiet, Halsey," said Ziggy. "Zig," I asked, "what do you think about Phoebe?" "Phoebe's sheer genius, man. You know, I dig her entirely. She's a tower of gold. But if the guys don't want her in the band, well, I don't know, man." "All of a sudden you're taking their side?" "Not really, man, but, look, dog breath is like this thing. See, dog breath is more like an idea. A concept, a greater than any one individual member. Keeping the band together is more important than Phoebe or you or me." "So you think we should dump our resident genius to keep those 2 Neanderthals in the band?" "Does Phoebe play an instrument? Monsieur Einstein?" "A little guitar, maybe," I said. "Toddy and Flipper leave. We got 2 singers, lead guitar, and drums. Phoebe leaves. We got a singer, bass, rhythm guitar, and lead guitar, plus amps and equipment. You see the problem?" "Yeah, I get it," I said. "But I don't see why we can't just keep everybody, at least for 1 more week." "That's democracy in action for you, Timmy." Regis Philbin laughed, heartily at something their guest, Marilou Henner, had said. Howie growled at him. "I'm gonna take Howie for a walk, bro," said Ziggy. "Be back in a flash." I dragged over to the sink and splashed cold water on my face. I tried thinking for a few minutes. What to do next? What to do with my life? Where to live? How would I get from where I was to fame, fortune, life of luxury, and prestige? I mean, even the remaining members of ratty bands like the Sex Pistols live in fabulous villas in the south of France. Is that so much to ask in life? Everybody in my band was totally alienated. I felt terrible, like I was on some nightmare national television program on an emergency broadcast in the brightest spotlight in the world with a big sign pinned on my chest saying "Loser" with a million arrows pointing at me, and everybody on the planet watching. "Loser, loser, loser." Thinking didn't do any good. Dr. Powerhead always says thinking never does any good. He always cites an obscure Chinese philosophical type work called the Tao Te Ching, which he says means the book of the virtuous path. He always says, don't think. Thinking gets you into trouble. Just be. Another quote is, those of superlative virtue are all very simple people. Eliminate your pride and desires and get rid of your airs and ambitions, for they will be of no benefit to you. Fine, but I'm not old enough to have superlative virtue. First, I want my Alfa Romeo Spider X KT 200 in midnight blue with 30mm tires and overhead camshaft and fame and fortune in a rock band and Susie Blethens. Then I'll shave my head and go live in a Zen monastery, bro. As I was non-thinking these thoughts, I heard steps coming up. I figured it was Ziggy. I splashed more cold water on my face and in my pits. I looked for deodorant? But Zig doesn't believe in it, or can't afford it. I was looking for toothpaste and finding only anchovy paste, when I heard a familiar, plugged-up nose voice. "Tib, kid act, kibby." I turned to see Phoebe in the doorway. She was carrying a guitar case. "Sure, come on." Then I realized I was still in my underwear. I grabbed my jeans, which were slightly damp and covered with dog hair and lake weeds. I slipped them on, and Phoebe came in kind of slow and a little thoughtful. She was wearing a long black raincoat and dragged on the ground as she walked. "Can I talk to you?" she asked. "Yeah, sure." "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah." "Are you okay?" she inquired. "Am I okay? Let me think that over a minute. No, I am not okay. My life is ruined, bro. I think you're too young and talented and nice for your life to be really ruined. Everything will work out. Thank you for the thought. However, there's something you may not know yet about Saturday night's debacle." "What?" "My mother and her three best friends are the angry housewives." DogBreath was beaten and humiliated by my mother and her middle-class suburbanoid friends. "I know." How do you know?" "I called over there this morning. There was no answer, so I took a bus over to see you. There was a crowd of people over there, fans. I managed to get in the house. Your mother is desperate. She's really sorry. She needs you." "She should have thought of that before she betrayed us." "She knows that now, Tim. Why don't you go home? Your mom doesn't know anything about the music business. I think she just really, really, really needs you." "Oh, let her call Fingers or Chainsaw Records or somebody. They can call her about the music business," I glared at Phoebe. She wasn't wearing her glasses, and she'd done something different with her hair, just slicked it back or something. You could see her face better. She had nice skin, kind of translucent, no zits, and I'd never really noticed her lips before, kind of like chiseled like a Greek statue lady. Like, kind of classic. She peered at me, hopefully one last time. "Okay, but if you change your mind." "I'm not gonna change my mind." Okay, well, I better go." "Okay, Phoebe. But actually, Tim, I was gonna ask you, would you mind listening to the song I'm working on? There's something wrong with it, but I can't figure out what. Maybe you can give me some just suggestions." "Maybe you'd better ask somebody else then. I obviously don't know anything about writing songs." "Tim, tell me your honest opinion, okay?" She started to strum the guitar in a girl folk rock thing they do. She sang in her weird, breathy little voice. "Girls don't care about your hair, about what you wear, about your car. Girls just care about who you are inside. Boys don't care about how bad you feel, if love's real or if it's not. Boys don't care 'cause boys have got their pride. Girls don't know why boys are bad. Girls just know it makes them sad. Boys may look, but they don't see. That's why boys can be so lonely. Boys don't care till it's too late to change their ways and change their fate. Won't give their hearts, no, they don't have a prayer. But boys don't care." When Phoebe got done singing, she sat there still for a minute, thinking, doodling on the guitar strings. I didn't say anything at all. I didn't trust myself to because my throat felt kind of funny and chalky. Then she looked up at me. Her blue eyes looked kind of swimmy and out of focus as usual. I never noticed how long her eyelashes were before. "Well, what's wrong with it?" she asked. "Wrong with it? Nothing. It's great. It's a great song. The music is great. The chords are great. The hook is great. The structure is interesting. It's great." "It's not as good as your songs, though," she said. "It's better. It's a lot better than my songs. I mean, I don't know what you mean. What do you think is wrong with it?" "I don't know. It makes me feel sad when I sing it." "That's good. That's what we want. Emotions. Makes music better." "No, it isn't." "Yes, it is. Look, if I start out folky guitar-y like that, then went into this real hard rock thing, the music would really be screaming along, boys don't care." "Well, it like rips your guts out with angst and despair. I think Dog Breath should do this song." "But I didn't write it for Dog Breath. I wrote it. I wrote it for Phoebe. It's a brilliant song. We're going back again Saturday night, and with this song. Toddy and Flipper don't want me back. They want me out." "Did they say that to you?" "No, but I can tell." I'm the leader of the band. I make those decisions. I want the song in. It's in. You're in. Ah ha ha. Choo. Suddenly I was caught in a fit of sneezing. I felt hot. I started shivering. Tim, you're catching a cold, Phoebe said. She put the back of her hand on my forehead. Suddenly my teeth started to chatter. My dunk in the leg was catching up to me. The better you get back under the covers, Tim. I'll make you some tea or something. Ziggy doesn't have any tea. All he has is tang and peanut butter and tortilla chips, bro. Well, I'll make you some hot tang then. Here, get back under. Phoebe tucked me in, her blue swimmy eyes concerned. She went over to the hot plate and boiled some water, added some tang, and brought it over to the futon. Here, drink this. It's got lots of vitamin C. I doubt that. I took a swallow. I was overtaken by another fit of shivers. Phoebe took the cup out of my hand and set it on the floor. You need to get warm, Tim. Here's some white flower oil. She fished in her bag and pulled out a little glass jar with Chinese letters and a blue screw top. She undid the bottle, tapped it against her fingers, then she rubbed the stuff under my nostrils. Sheets of flame seemed to rush up my nose. Yow! What is that stuff? It's really intense. Chinese medicine. It'll heat your meridians up. Meanwhile, I better call your mother. You probably need to go to the doctor. No, not my mother. I'm not speaking with my mother, okay? Even though the fever and the white flower oil, I could smell that faint little smell of roses Phoebe always had. It smelled like the Garden of Allah, the Arabian Nights. Her body lay warm against mine outside the blanket, with her hair slicked back, her stupid blue glasses gone. She didn't look so juvenile. She didn't look like the little sister I never had. She looked beautiful. How could I have been so completely stupid? Here was the woman of my dreams all along. How could I have ever even cared about Susie Blathens? Phoebe, I started. I turned my face toward hers. Gently, I reached to kiss her. Phoebe, I repeated, and then I passed out. Ooh, a little love action there. Not sex, though. Okay, they're kids, they're children, everybody. All right. But yes, he's starting to realize that he actually likes Phoebe. Finally. I mean, who would have known that he would finally figure that out at the end of the book? Man. So there you have it. That was chapter 21. Just kind of a continuance. If you remember from last episode, or I don't know if it was the last chapter, but he jumped off the bridge. He did a Lost Boys off the bridge and landed in the lake. Somehow got away with it. I don't understand that, but hey, that's writing for ya. And Susie wrote his song, and they're gonna try. He likes it, but I highly doubt Toddy and Flipper are gonna be down. But maybe he can convince them, and they'll play one more show. One more show. One more show. So we'll see what happens. If will DogBreath form back together and play one more show? Find out on the last 2 chapters, everybody, of DogBreath Victorious. Gun fingers. Okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that chapter. Rock out with your socks out, alright? And don't do drugs. Alright, bye everybody.